Hi everyone, this is a bit of an impromptu live Facebook Live. I wasn't expecting to do this, but well, good news in a way. I've been publishing a bit lately, started a new newsletter series with tips and strategies for job searching. And of course, I launched the advertising for the upcoming workshops and webinars. And as a result, my mailbox got completely flooded. I still have about 150 emails to answer. And I've had lots of questions on the workshops and webinars. And I haven't been able to answer everyone, which means that some of you probably have missed the timeline for the early bird discounts. I felt that was actually unfair. And so what I've decided to do was to actually postpone the early bird deadline. So the early bird discounts will still be on until June 3rd, and so will the promotion for those of you who wish to attend the 3 parts of the workshop, so the personal branding, the networking, and the LinkedIn. And then as I'm here, I'll take a few minutes as well to give you a bit more information. It's a bit of a complicated workshop webinar setup, at least based from the questions I've received, so I just want to give you a bit more clarity, what it is, how it works, what's available, and so on. So to start with, there are 3 parts, as I mentioned: personal branding, networking, and LinkedIn, all focused on how to use those different strategies to propel your job search and get more traction. Now, each workshop will be taking place live at Experis recruitment agency in Zurich. The live workshop will also be preceded by a networking apero where you can mingle, connect with their recruiters, and we might actually also have some other special guests there. Then each workshop on the following day will actually take place as an online webinar. So if you're unavailable on the dates, or if you're unable to join live in Zurich, worry not, I've got you covered. You can do it online, and all attendees, whether you're attending live or whether you're attending the online webinar, all attendees will get access to the workshop. So if you buy the bundle, then you have all the possibilities in the world to actually join, unless you're really, really, really crazy busy. So, so this is one thing I wanted to clarify. Then also, of course, for those of you who haven't gone into all the details, there are some bonuses with the workshops. So for the live attendees, you get a voucher for professional photo shoot with Jenny Mayfield. So she's based around Zurich, of course. I haven't yet had the chance to do a photo shooting with her, but she's the one who did the profile pictures of Leah, with whom I'm often partnering for different projects, and they're absolutely stunning. So this can always be useful for your online profiles and your job search. In addition, for those who buy the bundle, so the 3 workshops, whether live or online, you get a €65 gift certificate for private coaching packages. So if you're thinking about private coaching, well, that might be actually a good idea. And for those of you who wonder if this is important, I mean, it's not necessarily a topic we hear about as much as something like writing your resume, right? That's obviously, everyone knows it's an important, critical part of your job search. Now, why are personal branding, networking, and LinkedIn so important? Well, there are many different reasons, okay? But first of all, the job search market has changed a lot, okay? In large part due to social media platforms, which means there's a lot more traffic coming in, a lot more applications on each position that's opening up. I know the majority of you are expats, so English positions are also fewer, which means there's more applicants on each of them. So in the face of so much competition, what becomes really essential is that you are able to stand out of the crowd. And that is the personal branding component. So being clear about your personal brand is really, really essential. Because trust me, if you can't articulate why you're better than other candidates and why a company can hire you, they will not be able to do it either just from looking at your resume, right? This needs to be crystal clear, and this is what I'm going to show you in the first part of the personal branding. So we're going to talk about this, about how to build a storyline. The storyline is your best weapon if you have anything unusual in your career, whether you're returning from a maternity leave, you need to do a career transition, and whether you've been job hopping. So whatever it is, the storyline is what helps you address any kind of objections or questions that people might have with an unusual profile. So that's also a very important tool. And then the two next components, they go a bit hand in hand. However, please know that it's always possible you'll be able to follow the workshops individually. So the networking part, this, I think I don't have to convince any one of you of how important networking is. And even more so, if you're an expat, you probably don't have such a solid or extensive network locally. Your level of connection with the people might be a bit not as strong as if you're back home and you can just call Uncle Bob to get a job within his company, right? So what can you do about it as an expat is what I'm going to teach you. And I'm not just going to tell you what you need to do, I'm going to tell you step by step how you need to do it, okay? So I've really built it in a strategic way where we have different channels to do your networking, and I'm gonna give you all the tips, the strategies to approach people, how to maintain the connection active so you're on top of their mind, all sorts of strategies you can use to write your emails, who to write it to, what kind of questions to ask, how to use that information to position yourself afterwards, and also, most importantly, some tips to make sure that you get a better response rate when you reach out to people, okay? So if you're uncomfortable with networking, if you think of networking as, I don't like to sell myself, this is meant for you, because it's not about selling yourself, it's about building strong connections, right? The last part is LinkedIn. And here, if you think your LinkedIn profile is quite optimized, that you understand how keyword optimization works, let me just clarify right now that this it is very important, right? However, no matter how much you optimize your profile, this is only going to make you be a match for, if recruiters are looking for a profile like yours. It does not in any way guarantee where you will appear on the list, in the results, right? And recruiters typically only look at the top of the list, the first page, rarely the second page, okay? So what I'm going to do in the LinkedIn aspect is to show you all the little tips and tricks, from like plenty of little secrets to reach out to people more easily, to be able to connect with them without having their email address, how to email them without using email credits or even without being connected to them, what you need to do to boost your visibility for your posts to actually be seen, for you also to even see more jobs than what you see through the job search, because what you do on LinkedIn and who you're connected with influences the job that you see. Big surprise here. So basically, I'm going to give you all the tips and tricks so that you can actually learn to serve the LinkedIn algorithm. So basically, learn to manage your branding, your networking, and your LinkedIn as if you were basically a little company, right? So manage this proactively in a way that's really going to boost your visibility, help you establish your brand and everything you need to really get traction in your job search. So I don't know if any one of you has questions. What I suggest is, if you have questions, just post them in the comment box just below the video, and I'll be checking on a regular basis, and I'll answer any questions that I see on the post. And in the meantime, you have also in the introduction to the video, sorry, I'm trying to speak a bit too fast, you have the link to the workshop and webinar page with all the details, everything you need to know, dates, etc. And just once more, the early bird deadline and the special promotion for the 3 parts of the series is extended until June 3rd. And the first workshop on personal branding is taking place live on the 5th. So this is next week, Tuesday. And next week, Wednesday, will be the first online webinar. So I look forward to see you there. And if you have other questions, just put them in the comments or reach out to me. Do, however, expect a small delay in my answer, as the volume at the moment is really, really, really extremely high. So I look forward to having you on board. And if not, well, as usual, I remain available for questions and to support you, because I've got a lot more coming up as well. So have a lovely day, and I hope to see you there.